I will be the first in my family to attend law school. I'll be the first in my family to attend four-year college. My mom, she got her associate's degree. I would like to be a lawyer. I'm not sure what type of lawyer, like field of law I would want to work in, but that's something I'm interested in. My name is Sade McIntosh, and I am a 2019 Thurgood Marshall intern.
I am very used to big cities. I'm a native New Yorker, I'm from Queens. I think it's important for people to sort of see other cities and especially for law school to be out of New York where all my friends were and all my family was, to sort of be isolated for a little so I could focus. It feels good to be back home in New York. I'm Khaair Morrison, and I'm a Thurgood Marshall alum.
I go to Medgar Evers College Preparatory School. It's kind of small compared to other schools in Brooklyn. Maybe like 2,000 kids are in the school. My school is predominantly African American. My homework can take up to 5 to 6 hours. I have a lot of classes, and sometimes the dates they're due they interfere with one another. I'm from East Flatbush in Brooklyn, New York. In regards to college, I want to go out of New York. I don't know exactly where, but probably still on the Northeast. Ever since I was young, I was always attracted to law. I like watching shows about law and criminal justice. So every time I'd watch those shows, it would just like pull me into the field of law even more.
I did not always want to be an attorney. I knew I was going to do something in policy, government, or business space. I'm never the type of person to argue. I'm more of the person to just sit there and listen to people. And I think that's actually a skill that makes you a better attorney than just being able to argue. I'm Jamaica, Queens, born and raised, lived in New York majority of my life. So I went to high school at Francis Lewis in Queens as well. It's a big school. It was 4,000 students. I graduated with 1,000 students. I actually gave the keynote at their graduation 2 years ago. I went to Hunter College, the City University of New York. I got denied by Hunter. Hunter gave me a rejection letter, so I appealed. I wanted to be in the city and I didn't like the rejection. Sent an appeal letter and they let me in. I went to law school at Howard University, the home of Thurgood Marshall, the Mecca. I felt that I needed to be also around people of color for a little bit. And the reason I say that is I think there's a difference between going to another school and talking about affirmative action or racial segregation in a constitutional law class and being in a room full of people of color. I'm currently an associate at Skadden Arps.
When I got my acceptance letter, I was excited because this was a chance to do something in the summer that I was actually interested in doing. I think this internship would give me the opportunity to know what lawyers do every day, and it would also provide me with some work experience that I can apply in the future. So I would already know what is required of me, and I could put that to use.
So my mother actually told me about the Thurgood Marshall program. It seemed like a really good program. I got in and I learned a lot about, how to not just be a lawyer, but how to work in a professional setting, how to dress, how to speak to people, how to send a resume, write a cover letter, and skills that till this day I think about a lot.
Always keep it at a level of professionalism every time, every communication, okay?
During my internship, things that I'm looking forward to is just meeting other kids my age with similar interests and some of the lawyers as well. I've never been around a Black lawyer, so at the workshop, seeing lawyers from different backgrounds was comforting because it shows that anyone, regardless of your race or ethnicity, you can become a lawyer, you can strive for what you want to be, and you'll be able to get there with hard work and effort.
The fact that the City Bar Association sponsors the Thurgood Marshall Internship Program and other programs that support students of color seeking to become lawyers is enormously important. How can you preach to the world that this is something that should be done if you're not doing it yourself?
People of color who want to become attorneys, they need to see people of color who are attorneys. And a lot of that is on government agencies, is on law firms, is on the city bar and other institutions to make sure that people of color have a place there, that people of color are recruited there, and people of color are retained there.
I start the internship at Latham & Watkins on June 18th.
I think that what is enormously important for the City Bar to continue to make a difference for the next 150 years is to be able to bring into the City Bar young lawyers from diverse backgrounds who want to make a difference and to give them the opportunity to do so. We need young, diverse lawyers as active members in our committees, as persons who not only participate in the committees, but can lead our committees. We need to give young lawyers of color exactly that opportunity so that we have several other City Bar presidents of color at some point in the not so distant future. For someone who comes from a background where they've never been in a law firm, where they've never been in a large building of businesses only, to be able to walk in and say, I work here, this is something that I am being paid to do, it makes an enormous difference. And to be able to meet persons who you will be able to stay in touch with, those are all opportunities that can actually make an enormous difference in having someone say, yes, I really do want to be a lawyer.